Okay, we're actually going to start now. 3,
We already
2.
started. No, we started.
Oh.
We started. It's episode 4.
This is episode 4?
Yeah.
Oh
Welcome
my gosh.
To, episode 4 of the Newsroom to Newlyweds podcast.
Ah.
We are your co-hosts, Aaron Davis, soon to be Aaron Davis Kennedy.
Yes.
Or Aaron Kennedy.
Aaron
and
Kennedy.
Jamal Kennedy. My name's not changing.
My name is going to be Erin Mackin, how I've been talking about. I'm going to change everything to Aaron, Macken. So it's Aaron McKenzie Kennedy or Aaron McKenzie.
Okay.
When you make me mad.
Right. Well, my grandma likes to call people by their middle names when when they're in trouble. So that's what she used to do. But yeah, this is episode 4 of our podcast. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening, whether that's Apple.
Let me say it. Thank you for listening wherever you're listening, especially to Taylor, because she
we know
had
a lot
said,
of Taylors, but you know which one we're talking about.
Yeah, she had said a comment like she likes listening to the podcast because it gives her a chance to like get to know me.
Right.
Being weird since we're like, we haven't been dating for that long. Or we weren't together for that long.
She also
typically.
lives in Minnesota.
Yeah, and she lives in Minnesota. So like, the people that we don't know or like haven't met but like have relationships with, get to kind of like see us. So that's cool. But we say all that to say, shout out to her, shout out to everyone, whether you're listening on Google, Spotify, Apple, YouTube, hey y'all, look at my new nails, or Amazon. We're on Amazon Podcast.
Yes.
Yeah. Or Instagram, if you just are liking our reels. Shout out to y'all too.
We're watching Amazing Spider-Man on TV.
I know it's a little distracting, but we've been watching a lot of Spider-Man. We just had some.
Y'all can sort of see it. We've already got our Christmas. It's November 1st. We've already got our Christmas decorations
As we're sitting here
up.
in all black.
Yeah.
But we just had some creamy baked potato soup. It's a Wednesday night after work. We've been hustling, but we halfway through. His week finna gear up. Mine finna wind down. But you know what? Make the end of the week a good week. It's a new month.
Mm-hmm. So what are we talking about today?
So today we're talking
Speaking
about
of last names and things.
We're talking about the social construct that is marriage.
Yeah.
This is different than wedding.
Yeah,
I feel like sometimes those two get convoluted. I think having a wedding is very different than marriage. Marriage is like the horse. And you can't put... No. Yeah, marriage is like the carriage. Marriage is a carriage. And a wedding is a horse. And you can't put... I don't know what I'm trying to say.
You can't put the horse before the carriage. That's the phrase. So you're trying to say if the carriage was the wedding and the marriage was the horse, you wouldn't be able to put the marriage before...
You can't put the marriage before the wedding. Whatever I'm trying to say is that marriage is important. Weddings are important as well because they symbolize a lot of things. But marriage is completely different. So, Jamal, what is the definition of a marriage?
Well, according to Britannica Encyclopedia, I spent a lot of my time in high school and middle school in Britannica for my research papers. Technically, it's defined as a legally and socially sanctioned union, usually between a man and a woman. But love is love nowadays. That is regulated by laws, rules, customs, beliefs, and attitudes that prescribe the rights and duties of the partners and accord status to their offspring, if any. The universality of marriage within different societies and cultures is attributed to the many basic social and personal functions for which it provides structure, such as sexual gratification and regulation, division of labor between the sexes, economic production and consumption, and satisfaction of personal needs for affection, status, and companionship. Perhaps its strongest function concerns procreation. It's Encyclopedia Britannica, so you know it's long. Perhaps its strongest function concerns procreation, the care of children and their education and socialization, and regulation of lines of descent. Through the ages, marriages have taken a great number of forms, like exchange marriage, group marriage, polyandry, polygamy, tree marriage. See also common law marriage. That's just the first paragraph.
Woo! That paragraph was definitely on the 8-sentence side of the 5 to 8 sentences. Okay, so that's interesting.
Yeah, that's the definition of what marriage is.
Of what marriage is? Well, screw the dictionary. What's your definition of marriage?
Okay. Like my definition of marriage is when two people agree to sacrifice,
Ooh,
not hopefully not like their life. I hope the person in the ambulance is not sacrificing their life for the universe, but two people who come together to make sacrifices because of their love and affection for one another. Two people who agree that they're going to do life together and share the goods, the bads, the ups and the downs. Two people who are willing to give themselves to one another, and share in a bond that's inseparable by any person or any other outside being or form or whatever it is. It's my definition.
Wow. I am not as lovey-dovey as he is.
Snaps.
Gonna give him snaps.
What's your definition?
Some ASMR for y'all. I would say that my definition of marriage is really just partnership. And I feel like that partnership can take a lot of different forms because, of course, like, there's a partnership where you're in love, but then there's also the partnership where y'all are, like, best friends. Y'all are, like, managers together as you, like, manage your house and your life. And I think that, like, being married is having that person no matter what. Like, you're always going to have this partner through life, like, through the good, through the bad, the ugly, the sickness and the health, the richer. And I just feel like that's really important.
It is important. We'll give you some snaps.
Yeah, I deserve snaps. Fuck Britannica.
Okay.
What? I'm just saying. I think that also, too, like, people... Marriage, I mean, I can't complain. I honestly was the girl who used to think marriage and love was a social construct, probably literally up until, like, I started realizing there was good men in this world, aka Jahmal, and I was like, damn, like, now I see why people get married, because that's someone that I want to spend the rest of my life with. So, like, the streets suck. But I mean, they serve a purpose, and I think that being in the streets is fun when you know what you want. And I think by the time I was in the streets and I was like, I don't think I really like want these short-term like relationships, situationships. I would try to make them longer. And it wasn't until I came across this another person who wanted to make it longer that I was like, oh, this really worked out. And when I came across someone who was like willing to make a sacrifice for me, like you said, because like you can like have these little short-term, midterm, like whatever, you can have a relationship, and if a person isn't willing to like sacrifice for you, then that's crazy. Man, we really going on rants.
I don't think it's a rant.
We can going off today. Y'all didn't expect this.
I think it's just called a tangent.
This is what happens. We are.
But
this is what happens when we record after work.
But it's still important.
What's important?
Well, what you just said.
Yeah.
It's important. It's not really. I mean, it's a tangent.
You said, like what I'm saying is so important. That's true. Wow. Is there another question?
No, that's not the question. But it's just all within the scope of. Just obviously we're not married, but we've had a lot of conversations about like getting married, about like whether we wanted to even like do
I didn't want to do a wedding. I didn't want to do a wedding. A wedding is different. I did want a wedding. Yeah. Let me just kind of recant. We'll explain that later.
I've always believed in love.
Oh, like, have you ever wanted to get married? Yeah, that's a good question, because I also think it's okay to not get married. Like, again, before I met you, I literally told my friends, like, if I don't get married, like, I don't think it's the end of the world. I have 3 siblings. They can be rich. I can be the rich auntie. And just, like, kind of vibe myself. Like, I kind of become really comfortable in my singleness and just, like, my forming adult life that I was like, I don't need to get married. Like, I'll be okay. I'll probably crave a partnership, but if I'm 40, I'm not getting married for the first time.
I was a hopeless romantic. I was always like, oh yeah, I can't wait to get married and have the kids and the family.
Now this nigga get me having baby fever.
Yeah. I don't know if that's me, but
maybe it's just because I'm about to start my period.
You've been seeing a lot of babies lately.
Ooh, I have been. Why are y'all babies outside? It's flu season.
If they got their flu shot, then they're fine.
Black people don't really get flu shots.
That's a generalization.
I am a black person who can say that generalization out loud.
Is that based on facts? What is that based on?
I know a lot of black people that don't get flu shots. Okay. Do you get a flu shot?
No.
I didn't get mine this year though. I'm nervous. I'm gonna get the flu. I normally get my flu shot.
Yeah, I can't tell you the last time I got that.
Interesting. That government made vaccine. We are not anti-vax. We are not anti-vax. Y'all better be vaccinating y'all babies, giving them they ADD meds and they antidepressants.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with having to take medicine.
That's what's called a tangent. That's a tangent.
I think a tangent is when you read the Britannica dictionary definition of marriage.
No.
You was going off.
I was reading the thing, what it said. I was reading the thing. So anyways, our next question, or our next point, point, is do you think marriage is worth it? Obviously we're not married yet, but do you think it's worth it?
Whew. I just sighed because in a second I sighed for a second because in my head I was thinking of a wedding. I was like, is a wedding worth it? No. Anyways,
that's different.
It's very different. Is a marriage worth it? I think yes. Like, my parents are still together, so that's kind of like my model of love. So I think that while deep down, like, I was, gonna be okay being alone. When I met Jahmal and like we started to get to know each other, I was like, oh, this is like a healthy marriage. Like, this is what I saw growing up. Like, I kind of get it. And like, I have parents and family members who have experienced divorce, and when I look at them on the other side, like, I feel like they're all doing fine. Like, I think, like, if anything, marriage was a phase in their life that, like, yeah, they will always remember, but, like, these people are happy now. Some of them are remarried, and it's like they have, they have that experience.
See that light flickering in the back.
Oh, Lord. They have that experience. So, long story short, I think that marriage is worth it, because even if you end up divorced, which you're not leaving me, ever, I think that it's worth it. I think it's worth it. I think it's a life experience that, like, you experience a lot of things in life. And, like, some are really shitty, but, I mean, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I think it's worth it. A lot like what you said, though. Like, I look at, my parents and my grandparents. All four of my grandparents are still alive. And they're all, like, still married to one another. So I've just seen... hi grandparents, hi grandma, hi grandpa. Hi
Jahmal
grandma,
calls his grandparents grandma and grandpa. All four of them. So you don't know who's who.
Yeah.
Shout out to them though.
I mean, like, they all have different, like, their relationship dynamic is all different. Like, like, my parents' relationship is different from my dad's parents' relationship, and that's different from my mom's parents' relationship. Like, all of their relationships are different.
But all relationships are different.
Yeah, that's true. But, like, so, like, I've seen three different...
because you grew up with all of them, and, like,
I've seen three different relationships, and, like, like, my dad's brother is married, like, to his, wife, and they've been married for a while. So, like, that's, like, four relationships within my immediate family that, like, I've seen. And so that's just, like, what I've grew up, not idolizing, but for sure like wanting to have and seeing the like, what another person can do for you, like how that can boost your, like your energy or like your spirits, or like just how like having another person around can affect your life in a positive way. While it's obviously not always, like every day's not great, like oh no. But for the most part, like there are a lot of good days, and the relationships are all happy and they're productive and they get things done. So
get things done, per.
I think marriage is worth it from that perspective of just having seen like the relationship dynamics of my grandparents and my parents and my uncle and his wife develop and take form since I've been able to remember. I was a comms minor.
Jahmal will sit here and talk in circles.
Yeah.
But I mean,
I was comms minor. We took a lot of relationship.
Sometimes Jahmal will talk in about like 5 circles, and that's when I'll be like, "Hey, let's do this." Just like, zoom.
Sorry.
I love it. It's so funny. You just want to make sure people understand what you're saying. Yeah. Like I feel like my mom is a teacher and she's a principal. She was a teacher and she would talk about like, the teachers always say the directions like 5 different ways, but someone still asks like what the assignment is.
Everyone's brain chemistry is different.
Yeah, it is. Very interesting. So what else?
We have shush. And no. Oh, that's
I let Jahmal have the agenda this week. Not make it, just hold it.
It just feels like it's just flying by.
We figured it out together. It is flying by today, but we talked about something more serious.
But now it's time for our question. I feel like that's why we should have spent more time talking.
We can keep talking. I've hit on my points. This episode, I feel like, too, we're not, like, going back and forth. Like, we're just kind of, like, talking. Yeah. And we said we were going to talk about, like, love and marriage. So, I hope y'all get inspired. I think that if marriage isn't... We're talking about marriage. I think that if marriage isn't for you, then that's okay.
Yeah, I have plenty of friends. Like, all my friends... not all my friends. A lot of my friends from college. Some of my friends from college had... I don't know what it is about men and their... like late teens to like early 20s, but they're very content with probably just like being by themselves.
Yeah, but they just haven't found anyone yet.
And all my friends have found someone who've made them change up.
Is that like you?
No. I was always you just heard me say that's crazy. When I was 16 I thought I was going to be married by now.
Interesting.
When I was 16. But then I went to school and I was like, oh, if I'm going to be in television, I may not be married until I'm 30.
And look at you getting married close to 30.
I'll be 28.
Oh, and I'll be 25. Y'all, my brain's gonna be fully developed. It's lit. We going up. Y'all better be shaking ass.
That's Taylor's favorite part. So Taylor, if you're listening,
you better be shaking ass.
You made it to. Oh God, Matt. She's made it to the 19. She's made it to the 19-minute mark. She's heard that part.
The ass.
Yeah. Okay, is it time for our burning questions?
Yes. Is this a deck we pulled from last week?
Yeah. You want to play a different...
No, let's do this deck.
What?
Let's do this deck. Okay. So, what we had started talking about last week was how we were going to ask each other a question. Once again, this week is from Burning Questions. This is Jahmal, the YouTuber. It is a deck we got from Target, and they are just questions. We play this because...
Just questions? Is that what the back says?
No.
You want an Encyclopedia Britannica?
Not Encyclopedia Britannica in it. We want to ask each other a question each episode because we fell in love by going on road trips to Texas, and we literally went through so many of these decks, and we would just ask each other the questions multiple times.
Right.
And I was like, oh my God, this guy like has values and boundaries and ethics, and it was freaky.
Oh. All right.
Okay, so we're gonna ask each other a question. You went first last week, so I'm gonna go first and asking you, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What? I have an answer for this one. For you, what is the weirdest thing that your family does together?
I know what you're gonna say. I know what she's gonna say. The weirdest thing that we do together.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing. You know what I think is weird? So my dad, brother, and I all eat crawfish, but my mom doesn't.
You're just hating on your mom.
My mom doesn't eat like any seafood, so
Oh my
I
gosh,
think the weirdest thing
her.
that we do is that the three of us will get together and eat crawfish, and my mom will just be sitting there watching us eat crawfish. I think that's the weirdest thing.
Okay. What did you think I was gonna say?
The Uno thing?
No, I was gonna say the throat thing.
Oh.
But honestly,
Do we scratch our throats?
Yeah.
Should I do it? Should I do it?
You can. Okay, that was enough. But the Uno thing is weird too. That was gonna be my second thing. They play Uno so weird, y'all. I couldn't even explain it. Okay. No, not to throat, to the question.
Now my throat's itching. I have to scratch it now.
Okay, next question.
Oh, Spider, he just did something cool. My question is, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, wow. Ooh. You know what? I think that my go-to karaoke song... What did I sing when we were on the boat? We were on a cruise and we did karaoke. We sang like 20 million songs.
You sang one by yourself?
Yeah, I did. I feel like it was Justin Bieber.
I was very drunk. Was it, I don't remember.
What keeps coming up is Justin
You
Bieber,
and
though.
Morgan sang one
And I would
together.
be up there, and I'd be like, you know you love me.
Oh, is it that?
I
Is
know
it Baby?
you care.
You didn't sing that
Just
song,
shout.
though. Hold
That's
on.
what just came to my head.
I think I have...
Okay, so Jamal's going to pull up the video of my karaoke
From the cruise.
So we're going to just
keep talking.
Just keep talking.
Just keep talking.
Why don't I just cut it?
Why don't you ask me what I...
What's your go-to karaoke song?
I don't know, because I don't really do karaoke.
Well, I'm just going to cut it. Okay, so we found it. It was Justin Bieber!
Oh, is it You Smile?
Every day, hand in foot, your world is my world, yeah. Ain't no way you ever gon' get any less than you should, 'cause baby...
And that's what she's saying.
Okay, so it was Justin Bieber. I'm the ultimate, the original believer.
Oh, I sang Frank Ocean. I sang...
He did sing Frank Ocean.
But that's not what I would pick.
What would you pick?
I don't know.
Okay, well, think on it, and maybe you'll draw the card one day.
Maybe I will.
So, that's it for us today, guys. It's hump day. We gotta edit this.
So it may be Thursday when you hear this.
Yeah.
Not
But I
hump
imagine
day.
most people listen on Thursday. If you listening to our podcast the day it drops, let us know. And
You don't have anything to give
we
you.
will give
You don't have
you
anything to
a
give you.
lollipop.
You get a free invite to the wedding.
You get a free invite
Maybe you
to
get a
the
free
wedding.
+1.
Oh, maybe that. I like the free +1.
Maybe that's how we grow our viewership. We just tell people we'll start giving away.
Giving
+1s.
away invites to the wedding. Okay, we can mess with the free +1. Maybe just mess with. But okay. Oh yeah, let's do it for real. It would be giveaway.
Yeah, because we don't have any merchandise. We don't have any merch to give.
I can give y'all some of my shirts. I think people
We don't
think
have
I'm a
any.
fashionista.
They want
my
newsroom.
shirts.
They want newsroom and newlywed stuff.
Oh, we're not there yet.
I know.
It's only episode 4. So come back for next episode. We could talk about sex. We could talk about weddings. We could talk about kids. We could talk about that awkward period when you're planning a wedding, but you're not really doing anything because shit costs money. Okay?
That's where we're at.
If you want to get us something, send us an Amazon gift card. Shout out to my line sisters.
That's where we're at.
That's where we're at. That's a wrap. Y'all have a beautiful week.
It.
Power through. Happy November. Roll Tide. MIZ.
Yeah, rent's due. Pay your rent.
Yeah. Life's ghetto.
Or have someone pay it for you. I don't know.
I like that.
Okay. Oh, we didn't drop socials. We can just add it in there. We can just add it in the description. Add it in.